The dramatic leaked audio from a Campbell's Soup executive that had me wondering, does Campbell's Soup have 3D printed meat in it?
Hello, beautiful souls. Trina here. Today we're diving into the shadow side of 2026. This is not your typical astrology forecast. Be forewarned. Get out your cranberry juice. And this is the dark, uncensored version. We're talking about global events, the health scares, war energy, scandals, leadership collapses, everything that the planets are warning us about. So, you ready? Let's get into it. All right. Big things start February 17th. This is the Chinese New Year, officially going into the year of the fire horse. Watch my other videos, the public videos I made on the fire horse energy, right? Galloping and hot and fire and movement, compared to this 2025, which was the year of the snake, which was shedding our skin, wise, quiet, staying in the back, strategizing, and things like that, right? But on February 17th, it's not only the Chinese New Year, it's the Aquarius solar eclipse. This is system shock, okay? It's at 28 degrees of Aquarius. This feels like a fuse is blowing in the collective. Now, Aquarius rules electricity, airlines, the internet, and actually the global system itself, because Aquarius is run by the traditional planet of Saturn for authority. Now, this energy of this solar eclipse it's Aquarius. It's the energy of a major outage, a tech shutdown, a digital platform collapsing, okay? A leader quietly could step down. And of course, there's going to be mass protests with that Aquarius energy for power to the people. We want this or whatever, right? That protest feeling. And it's around censorship and or maybe human rights. But I think a lot of it's going to be this whole censorship stuff. But anyways, something about this eclipse screams reset button. It's not going to shut down the world, but it's definitely going to rattle our confidence big time. Okay, then right after that, a few days later on February 20th, we get Saturn and Neptune shake hands. They conjunct. They're at the same degree in Aries, the warrior zodiac sign. Okay, this is the big one. This is the transit of the year, but honestly, I think it's of the decade. This is big because every time we've seen Saturn meet Neptune to shake hands, we see pandemics, we see government cover-ups, religious scandals, and lots of fear, mass fear, and confusion from Neptune. And people just don't know who to trust. Now, this is in Aries, right? Saturn and Neptune in Aries, the sign of aggression, war, and of course the physical body. So here's what I'm predicting. Number one, a new health scare. Maybe not necessarily lockdowns again, although that could happen, but definitely panic energy, some kind of strange illness with that Neptune in there. Strange illness, and it's neurological or respiratory, okay? There's also medication controversies with this Neptune energy too. Medication, like especially I'm thinking weight loss drugs, side effects, recalls of drugs, and hidden data are exposed. We've already seen some hidden data on stuff like, I saw some stuff about Tylenol recently and things like that, but I think this is a big one. This is going to be some kind of something with the drugs, the big pharma. Now, there's going to be war miscalculations with Saturn being authoritative and Neptune being a little confusing. There's a miscalculation, a fogginess to the war energy. So this can mean accidents or drones or misfires. Oops, I meant to shoot it there, but I shot it here instead. Like, this misfire. And also we have crisis in the church. maybe the Pope or maybe some other religious figure may have some kind of health issue, or may resignate, or there's some kind of scandal surrounding a religious figure. Because this conjunction is so messy, it really blurs reality for us. What is true, what is not. Oh yeah, I'm getting lots of tingles on that one. Lots of government stuff. Government with Saturn in there. Government cover-ups. Big one. Lots of fear. So don't play into this game of fear, folks. Now, March 3rd. So this is happening all within a span of the first few months, okay, of 2026. So March 3rd, a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, 12 degrees. A lunar eclipse is a full moon, by the way. So this is special because it's an eclipse. It's in Virgo, so health and food supplies under the microscope. I think we're going to be hearing lots more of that 3D meat. Have you guys watched that Campbell's, the guy that worked at Campbell's, and he was secretly videotaped, and he was talking about, oh, I can't believe the people that buy this crap that we sell, Campbell's soup, right? And it's made with like 3D printed chicken and stuff like that.
Hey, it's Mike here, and today the dramatic leaked audio from a Campbell's Soup executive that had me wondering, does Campbell's Soup have 3D printed meat in it?
Person in the recording is also heard belittling Campbell's customers during an expletive-filled rant.
We have that's for poor people. Who buys our I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, I can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Yeah, Campbell's Soup is a classic American company that's done over 150 years of marketing, which was largely all just ruined in 10 seconds of audio.
It's disgusting. But the 3D meat thing's coming up, the health, the food supply, coming under the microscope. And so the Virgo eclipse is going to illuminate full moon, what that Saturn-Neptune conjunction was hiding. Virgo rules healthcare, hospitals, food quality, pharmaceuticals, and mental health. So, we're likely to see a huge food recall. Or maybe it's contaminated grains or produce, lots of a big salmonella thing in the spinach, maybe. Something like that. Watch, the foods that we buy in the grocery store, there's going to be contamination. Hospital overwhelm though, so sorry if you work in a hospital, because that's gonna suck. Okay, and then there's gonna be whistleblower leaks and panic around these mystery symptoms we don't know, and nobody knows how to fix it and stuff like that. So the moon hits the nervous system of the collective, so we're gonna expect anxiety spikes and burnout and mental health headlines. That's gonna be a big thing. I want to suggest a trilogy of the vitamin D drops, the calcium, not too much calcium though, because it's easy to go overboard on calcium, and also magnesium, but not the kind you take in your mouth. The magnesium you get that you rub in your skin. You need those three together it's a really good foundation for the immune system, okay? April 23rd, okay. Uranus, the planet of, holy crap, I don't know what Uranus is going to do yet. Unexpected things. Uranus is a little unexpected and wants to shake things up, but it's going into Gemini. This begins the chaos era. Now, Uranus hasn't been in Gemini since 1940 and 41. This was the start of the World War II. So yeah, this is big. Gemini rules communications and transportation and the borders. And these dark predictions that I would include here would be maybe something like airline shutdowns or a major grounding, satellite failures, GPS or internet blackouts. We thought we saw some blackouts. They may have been testing. It's going to be big here once Uranus enters Gemini April 23rd or a little bit before. But the border tensions are escalating too. There's information wars and censorship battles. This is where things get chaotic pretty fast, because Gemini energy is really fast too. It's an air sign, so it's in the air. It's the communications. Ooh, I don't know. I would be a little nervous to travel around that week of April 23rd when Uranus enters Gemini, but we'll see. Something about the airlines. Now, June 30th, Jupiter enters Leo. So far right now, as I'm recording this in December 2025, Jupiter, the holly jolly benefic good luck planet, spiritual planet, brings expansion and usually some good luck, and it's usually a nice planet, right? It's been in Cancer, which is a nurturing sign. It loves being there. It's exalted there. It's in astrology, that means that it likes being there and it's welcome there, and it does a really good job there. Okay, in Cancer. That's till summer, until June 30th. Then it enters Leo, hot, fiery Leo. And so I could maybe say celebrity collapse and leader ego explosions. And here's what I mean, because Jupiter expands everything it touches, and so it's expanding the Leo energy, and Leo rules leaders, royalty. Expect some news about royalty. It also rules the heart. It rules drama and the ego. So we could expect a global leader acting recklessly. Now, I just want to mention Donald Trump is a Leo rising, so this could affect him, his heart maybe, or maybe he acts extra reckless. We'll see. There's dramatic political threats here, whose wee-wee is bigger than the other, right? Okay. There's royal scandals, like I said, and then there's these high-profile heart attacks. Okay, because Leo rules the heart, right? So honestly, this is kind of a look at me. But this energy is like turned up to like 100, right? So we'll see what that means. Now, August 12th, total solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees with the South Node in there activated too. So South Node likes to let go. Solar eclipse is a new moon, new beginnings. But because that South Node is there, it's also endings. It's a weird vibe, but this is very Leo, very kingly, so it could be the fall of a king. This eclipse feels kind of karmic, okay? The South Node also drains life force, and Leo rules the heart and the leadership. So possible manifestations could be a major celebrity or a major leader in the world suffers a heart crisis. Okay. Could be a sudden resignation with some leader or whatever. And then there is probably unlikely and almost 100% I could say there is a death at this time, the week of August 12th, a death that shocks the world. It has something to do with a leader, with that Leo energy, right? It could be a famous musician or performer as well, because Leo rules performance. The actors, although all of them are actors, but you know what I mean. A blackout or a power grid failure here too. It could be that they're trying to reset the whole crypto thing or whatever, digital currency, and there could be reasoning why there is the blackout or the power grid failure, or they're testing. Solar flare issues for sure, and extreme heat waves. Yes, in the summer we're definitely lots of, because we're in the fire horse heat, fire horse year, and then this Leo is hot, fiery element. There's the extreme heat waves. This one's pretty heavy, this eclipse. Then in August 28th, too, Pisces lunar eclipse. So this is the full moon in Pisces eclipse, August 28th. Pisces is water. Can mean some other stuff too, but I think in general for this Pisces lunar eclipse, August 28th is endings. Full moons are endings. So there is endings, but there's water disasters and spiritual upheaval. Because Pisces rules oceans, religion, spirituality, addictions too. Addictions and mortality, like death and things like that. So this could bring coastal flooding. Maybe this is finally the time where that country song comes true. I got an oceanside view from Arizona, or I can't remember how it goes, but I just remember because it's like that whole side gets, dumped into the ocean, and then suddenly Arizona has an ocean view. That's what the song's about. But, well, maybe that's not what really the song is about, but that's how I see it. But this, so coastal flooding's a big one. A tragic maritime event could be predicted here. Lots of hurricane energy. But there's a shocking religious revelation. So we'll see what that's about. But there's the addiction crisis and the opioids and the drug thing all at a breaking point. Like, it's really bad now, that whole addiction crisis that we've been going through. And even in my small town, Peace River, there's big stuff talking about the homeless shelter and, the addiction crisis. It's already happening now in my little small town, but we're going to see a breaking point here in August 28th, with the lunar eclipse that week. And there's like these cult-like movements rising, and the eclipse ends a cycle here, and sometimes quite dramatically. Then we get October 15th, where that transformative Pluto goes direct again, forward again in Aquarius. It's kind of been retrograde, so it hasn't been fully, as Plutonian and transformative and crazy as it could be. But here's where Pluto makes itself known in Aquarius for the big reveal. This is massive data leaks, and a lot of people are going to be pissed off because their data has been, leaked or whatever. AI dangers are definitely exposed here. Secret programs are revealed. Government surveillance is discovered, and suddenly everybody... Now, you watching this because you're subscribed here to this YouTube channel, you're a paid member, so you're already knowing that, government surveillance is everywhere, and even your phone camera is constantly like reading your face. Like, if you just read some of the apps like that you have in your phone and the privacy policies and actually read them, yeah, they're 30 or 35 pages long, but if you actually read them, they're all taking your facial data. So it's already happening, but I think that this is like, now everybody's going to realize that all our data is compromised. And, I think there's a company called, Palantir? Yeah, that's a big one coming up here. Anyways, government surveillance discovered, public outrage, revolts, protests, Aquarius, and then Pluto power. Aquarius wants, grassroots, power to the people, humanitarian, the collective. This is a beginning also of a new global world order. Maybe Klaus Schwab finally gets his wish. Can't stand that guy. Pluto in Aquarius is the truth about society. All right. So, in a nutshell, 2026 overall energy summary. 2026 is when the old world collapses and the new world isn't stable yet. So we'll see health scares, medical scandals, global tension, war energy, leadership collapsing, tech failures. That's why I've been, moving a lot out of I keep some of my crypto just in case it does, you always want to keep some in that, but I have been buying like, gold, real gold and silver, because that'll never go away. That'll never disappear. That'll always be something, right? Since the beginning of time, gold and silver. And even real estate, although we're going to have some highs and lows, and we're going to have some lows and some bubble busters here during the eclipse in the summers there too, with real estate, the bubble popping and all sorts of things too, I think. But in general, if you can afford your mortgage payments, even if they go up a few percent or whatever, I think still real estate is a good viable, if you can do it. But if not, just buying like groceries, goods and that you can stack away too, because you never know when, let's say suddenly you can't use money because your bank card don't work and you're out of cash in your drawer or under your bed. You have no more cash. So now the banks don't work. Okay. Now what? Well, at least you have some sugar, and at least you have things you can trade with your neighbor for food. I'll trade you this for that, just like in the olden days before money was even a thing. So that's something I think that's coming, up into our reality here with that tech failure, and we can't trust the technology necessarily. 2026 too, spiritual crisis and just a collective burnout. So we got to make time away from the blue screen of death here, right? And go outside, be with nature, and enjoy life too. So this video is not about fear, by the way. It's about awareness. So these energies will help us to prepare, stay grounded, and rise together in unity above the chaos.